Plans by the mining magnate Gina Rinehart to import foreign workers for her Roy Hill iron ore project have exposed serious divisions in the Gillard government. But if the statistics are any guide, there is no choice. Many Australian skilled workers aren't willing to chase the mining jobs, despite the big bucks on offer, forcing companies to look offshore. Here's Philip Lasker.
Up until now, it's been Gina Rinehart's vast wealth accumulated by exporting resources that has worried the government. Now it's her imports, importing 1,700 foreign workers for her Roy Hill iron ore project.
You could drive a 747 Airbus through the policy in terms of protections for workers.
6,700 jobs being delivered to Australians because this government has entered into this agreement. That's something I am justly proud of.
And there are those who say that the furore has everything to do with politics and nothing to do with reality.
We need to capitalise on the mining boom. International competitiveness is on the increase, and if the workers are needed now, they really need to be there now, and we don't have the luxury of training them up or bringing them from other parts of the country, particularly if they don't want to move.
And some former laid-off steel workers whose skills could be used in mining are reluctant to move.
It's just, leaving a lot of family behind and starting afresh is the hardest part.
But workers like Bruce may well have little choice.
Previous 6 months, I've probably had only about 4 interviews and applied for at least 300 jobs.
In Perth, thousands lined up on the weekend for a mining jobs expo, but the ANZ Bank says it's not nearly enough.
We're seeing some industries in decline, effectively, and some industries booming. And the labour force needs to adjust to that.
This interstate migration chart shows movements between states are the lowest they've been in 30 years. Many are flying in and flying out, while others just refuse to go, according to mining recruitment specialist Alana Neal.
We've got roles that we've had open for over 6 months. We just can't fill them. It's not overly appealing to people at the moment to be outside of big cities.
Analysts say a big recent increase in overseas migration suggests just one thing.
People coming in on working visas has risen substantially, and you can see that in more detail in the data by state.
And the state numbers show Western Australia, with only 10% of Australia's workforce, is taking almost 25% of foreign workers.
I think that a lot of the companies will go overseas basically to save money. There's a lot of workers overseas that they obviously don't have to pay as much for as Australians.
But workers like this may eventually have to move the family to feed the family.